All right, not a terrible draft. I've seen worse, like for sure. So we're gonna take Roger Long. I hope he's not a below top 4. And yeah, no, he's a good player there. I mean, he is 20 years old already, but a 65 rated offensive defenseman, you're never gonna say no to that. So.
McDavid moves in. McDavid goes upstairs. What a goal!
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode 20 of this NHL 20 Edmonton Oilers Franchise Mode. Still in this franchise frenzy era with these 3 huge name players in Draisaitl, McDavid, and Yuri Chubasov. Overall, this team has performed just barely up to its abilities. Like it's been a bit of a struggle at times here with this group, but we're still winning. That's the most important part, and we got to keep it that way. So if you've missed any of the last episodes where we've gone through and kind of built this team up, I will leave a link to the playlist in the description up in the top corner there. And, well, today we are going into the Stanley Cup Finals for the 4th time in 5 years, up against a New York Rangers team that we have seen before. They have been very good, but they have not been able to beat us yet. That's hence on the yet. So they've got a very good group here. I am thoroughly impressed with how well they have grown these players. Like it is absurd how well these guys are doing. Like Zibanejad has just been a great leader for them there. I think Panarin's actually their captain now, but see, I would say we have a slight upper hand on defense and goaltending. As far as offense goes, don't get me wrong, they got a very good offense, but our defense and goaltending has just been so much better. The other thing with this Oilers team is that we have gone how many games here? Like 21 playoff games in a row with like a single day break in between each one of them. So that is not setting us up for the best success. As you can see here, it looks like a freaking checkerboard on the calendar, as we've literally only had 1 day breaks between each series. So yeah, definitely not the best route for success when it comes to the playoffs, but this team has survived so far. They've done really well. And, I mean, as you can see, the Rangers have only played 1 less game than us. So, definitely going to be an even final for the most part. But we're really going to see if Carter Hart and our defense can get things done here. So, heading into Game 1. This is going to be probably the most crucial game of the series here. We start off tied 1-1, goals from Filipino and Kyler Yamamoto. Keep the game even. Shots are tied 10-10 as well, heading into the second. Second period, the Oilers really start to run away with it here. McDavid opens the scoring with a power play goal. Rudolph Schutz gets one right after, and then Yuri Chubasov buries the dagger to put the Oilers up by 3 goals on 19 shots, same as the Rangers. So, heading into the third period, it is fairly obvious that we don't need to play the third period, but you never know. The Oilers could definitely prove us wrong. They've done that before, where they've blown crazy good leads. And it doesn't look like that's happening so much. They're still getting the majority of the shots. Nygaard nets a goal there, and yeah, this looks like Game 1's pretty well in the bag here for the Oilers, as, well, again, it's Edmonton hockey. They are crushing teams, as they should be, but a very good start there with a 5-1 victory over the visiting Rangers. Second period, Game 2, my bad, of this series, again in Edmonton, so you want to get the clean sweep on home ice. That's kind of the biggest thing here. Let's see how the first period goes, and the Rangers actually come out pretty strong here, with 2 goals there from, I don't even know how to say his name, Verhaeghe, I think, Verhaeghe, or Verhaeghe, I don't know. Verhage, maybe? I don't know. Gets a goal there for the Rangers. I think it's Colin, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to say Colin for now. Gets a goal. Rudolph shoots, ties it, and then Capo Caco nets one there to make it a 2-1 Rangers lead. Heading into the second, the Oilers got outshot by 5 there. Second period. Looks like it's going to be about even here. Yuri Chubasov gets a shorty. Filip Chytil returns the favor with a power play goal, probably on the same power play there. And then Brett Howden gets a second goal there for the Rangers heading into the third. This is not looking good for the Oilers. They're going to have to put a goal in the net here in the first half of the period if they're going to stand any chance, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen here, especially as the Rangers continue to get power plays. But Rudolph Schutz does find one with 8 minutes left. I think that was his second of the game. Can he make it 3? He can. Oh my gosh, Rudolph Schutz, you monster. And then Max Jones scores the 5th goal with 2 minutes left. Guys, you saw that. That was all sim. I did not intervene at all there, and the Oilers come out with a very late victory there in really what was just a complete defensive collapse by the New York Rangers on an away game. Like, that's crazy that we won that, because we were definitely out of it for sure there. My gosh. Okay, so heading to New York now, across the continent of North America, playing in Madison Square Gardens. The Oilers look to take a 3-0 stranglehold if they can get a road win here. So first period, they find themselves down 2-1 again. McDavid opened the scoring with a power play goal, but then Panarin got one, and then Strome responded with a power play goal of his own to make it 2-1 on just 4 shots for the Rangers. Yikes. Okay. Second period, the Oilers tie it up 3-3 as Zibanejad opens the scoring, made it 3-1, but Yuri Chubasov gets his second shorthanded goal of the series, and then Adam Erne scores another goal there to tie it. Heading into the third, things are looking all right for both teams here. I mean, not the most spectacular game here from Edmonton, but they're still in it. They keep giving up power plays, and eventually, you're going to get scored on with a power play goal. So Buchnevich makes it 4-3 for the Rangers. McDavid ties it with 7 minutes left, and Chubasov breaks the tie, and then scores another one, man. He is absolutely clutch in the playoffs, I have to say. That was some serious daggers there, right through the heart of the New York Rangers. Just 10 seconds apart at that. Yuri Chubasov. You gotta hand it to him. He just, he's been absolutely sensational for our team so far. He gets a hat trick. One of those was shorthanded. The other 2 were 10 seconds apart, and he got an assist on top of that in a 6-4 Edmonton victory. So really, this has gone how I expected it to up to this point. Just strong wins here from the Oilers all around, and the offense is really proving to be better than New York's defense. So heading into Game 4, Evan Bouchard opens the scoring in Madison Square Gardens with just a regular 5-on-5 goal there. Oilers get outshot 11-10. Second period, the Oilers find themselves up 3-2 still, as Zibanejad and Strome both get goals, but the power plays go to both Yamamoto and Strome, while Draisaitl gets just a 5-on-5 even strength goal. Heading into the third period now, this is really where this game will be decided, and possibly this series too. So if we get down to the last 5 minutes, Edmonton's still up by 1 goal. We might jump in here, but this has been a really damn quick episode so far. And power play for New York, they don't convert on it. So we are going to jump in. Again, just 5 minutes left. And you can see there is some physical evidence there as to why Edmonton is steamrolling the Rangers in this series. It's really not even close. So gonna jump in. I mean, we're playing on All-Star with that changed difficulties and sliders, but honestly, I don't think it's gonna make all that much of a difference. So at this point, this is looking pretty promising for Edmonton. Just 5 minutes left. As long as I can play some defense, then we should be all right. But, I mean, really, this is just going to... this is all going to come down to Edmonton not giving up anything here as we head into the final minutes of this game. So you can hear the fans, cheering there, and that was a good chance for Buchnevich as McDavid turns the puck over. That was not good. Got to play better defense than that. Ryan Strome, I don't think so, buddy. We let Trouba walk right in, but there's Carter Hart with the big save. That's what we wanted to see here, and that's what we expect to see. So McDavid going to get hit, but he did draw a penalty, so let's see how good my power play skills are. As really the Oilers have this one down pat as long as no shorthanded goal is given up here. Not just down pat, but this will be a sweep at that. I don't know, when was the last time we actually swept someone? I think it was Vancouver's second round, like 2 seasons ago we did. That was the last time we actually swept a team. So, let's see how my power play skills are. Bouchard tries to get a shot off there. Instead, they're just going to clear it because I didn't get the shot off in time. Heiskanen just going to turn out of that because he's skilled enough to. Actually, that's been one of the biggest additions onto our team has been Miro Heiskanen. Ay, that was a bad pass. And yet again, the Rangers are going to break in shorthanded here. Good block there by Evan Bouchard, and really, there's just not that much time left altogether. Philip Hedl, I can't believe he read that. Good play by Bouchard just to cut out the middleman there in the play and just take the puck. So we're going to dump this in because why not? Get the forecheck going, and really my defense is not that good on the forecheck. But, we might have a chance here still. Maybe not. Philip Hedl, no thanks, buddy. Get the body on him there. Really just a good play there overall. Some good passing through the neutral zone too. Shake and bake there by Marcus Nold. He's going to set this up a little bit better. Clefbaum tried to get it across the crease there. It didn't happen, but Rudolph shoots, makes the play, looks for the pass. Oh my gosh, what a save. I actually couldn't tell if that was a save or a block. It might have been a block by the defenseman there, but just 21 seconds left. New York's going to pull the goalie, and we just about gave up a real dangerous chance there. Mueller going to fire one, and a good save there again. Oh my gosh, where are we going? Yikes. That was too close. Okay, we just got an empty net here, boys. Just keep your composure. And there you go. Connor McDavid seals Edmonton's 8. Is that 8? No, that is 9th Stanley Cup in history. And 4th of his career now. So, yep, just getting work done here. I mean, obviously this franchise mode isn't the most accurate to real life, but I mean, it's a good win there, and you got to give it to them. They worked hard for it. Again, honestly, Edmonton just barely squeaked through to the finals here, to be completely honest. It was a little bit too close at times. But that is going to wrap it up. The Edmonton Oilers are 4-time Stanley Cup champions in the last 5 years. They're 9th in franchise history. And honestly, this is starting to... I don't want to say it's getting old, but 4 times in 5 seasons is a lot. So, really, that's all this team is built to do, is win cups at this point. And they prove it yet again here as they defeat the Rangers for the second time in just 4 years. You got to feel for the Rangers a bit, but, you know, Stanley Cup victories are always sweet. They're a little sweeter on home ice, but, you know, we took it to the Rangers this series, no question. The other thing is when you are a President's Trophy winning club, you are expected to win the Stanley Cup. I can't say that happens all that much, but in this franchise mode, we have won the cup every time we have won the President's Trophy. It's a nice little pattern we've got going there, and Well, I mean, if you guys remember a couple episodes ago, I think it would have been 2 or 3 now, that 21-game win streak there really was huge. Yuri Chubasov going to get himself, I believe that's his second Conn Smythe. Yes, it is, as he just crushed it on points there yet again. And, you know, he's the best two-way player on our team. There's no question about that, and that's why he's wearing an A. So really, that second-line role for Chubasov has kind of been the biggest thing this series that has made the difference. He can still score from that second-line center. He backs up McDavid better than anybody else in the league. And that gives McDavid and Draisaitl the option to play a little more dangerous offense as far as that goes. And, man, this doesn't get old. Watching McDavid lift the cup. 4th Stanley Cup, Connor. You're getting up there. And, I mean, got a long way to go if you're ever going to catch anybody like Henri Richard or somebody like that. But 4 cups is a good number. Kyle Wood, I believe that's his first Stanley Cup ever, so good for him. I'm glad we get to see him lift the cup. And let's see who else they got here. Max Jones. Okay, was that his first Stanley Cup as well? I believe it was. Just based on the fact that we only got him last season and we did not win last season. So, yeah, that's his first Stanley Cup too. Lots of guys here. Well, not lots of guys, but a couple guys here where it's their first Stanley Cup. Guys like Kyle Wood, Urho Vaikanainen, and who else? Adam Ernie, Max Jones, even Timashov maybe. I believe Timashov, that's his first cup. But Carter Hart going to be definitely lifting. I think that's his second now. I actually need to double check that. And yeah, that would be Carter Hart's second Stanley Cup. So, obviously, you got to get the playoff picture. You can see the 3 captains there right down the middle. Man, those are cornerstone players here for our team, and it's never going to get old. So, just a clean sweep by the Edmonton Oilers, and things go according to plan. We walk away with our 9th cup in history as a franchise and 4th in 5 years. So something I am interested to see is how many points did Yuri Chubasov score? Because, okay, he was right there, 3 points behind McDavid, but I would say the plus-minus is still kind of the biggest thing there, where not only did he play a better two-way game, but he also, he also just scored in clutch moments consistently. I would say Rudolph Schutz would be another one of those guys that just scored like crazy. Like, how much he was scoring was absurd. And, yeah, as you can see, our top 6 there for the forwards really just produced on points. Everybody had at least a point a game there in that top 6. Bouchard had 20 points. Heiskanen had 18. So, yeah, really, really elite from those guys there. So honestly, we're only 20 minutes or so into this episode. I think we might get through the draft at this point too. The Toronto Marlies win the Calder Cup there. And, I mean, you guys know that we are Cup champions yet again. So something that has been a slight anomaly for this team is AHL victories. I mean, Bakersfield did win one. Don't get me wrong on that. They did win one in our first season, but there you can see the draft lottery. Nothing really crazily out of order. Detroit stayed at 3, while Montreal and Boston moved down. Columbus moved up 3. Minnesota moved up 4. There's nobody like super elite in this draft that we really would be interested in or worried about, but we can still take a look at it. So overall, based on potential, there are a couple guys here. This guy I'm interested in, Rudolph Busch, or Bush, I don't know how you'd say it. I think it's Busch maybe. And then, like, besides that, we don't really know on a lot of these other guys. A lot of them, usually the ETA has something to say with how good a player they're going to be. But, like, that's a 3-year guaranteed. Okay, so we're going to be interested in Ludwig, even if he's not that good. And then a guy like Roger Long-Eye there would be good. Besides that, no real, like, crazy kind of good players, but I think for the most part, we kind of got a list together for who we are interested in, and I'll mark them out, but like overall, there's really only about 5 or 6 guys that there's 6 guys that we are kind of interested in. None of them being centers as well. That's something that has kind of evaded us over the last 2 seasons or so. Retiring players, Anze Kopitar and Nick Backstrom both retire with over 1,200 points in their careers. That is fantastic. Oh my gosh. Like, what crazy good careers for those guys. And then in goal, Ryan Miller retires with 420 wins, 419 actually, but still very good from him. 2 other guys, Varlamov and Anderson, both retire with over 300. You like to see it, man. Those are like spectacular careers again. So Subban, Kopitar, and Backstrom all retire as coaches for their respective clubs. And we do lose 1 coach to retirement there for sure. Nobody from the AHL there, so that's good. As far as draft interviews go, I don't think like there's anybody that I'm crazy interested in as far as like maybe like play styles and stuff for these guys. But overall, like, yeah, okay, we'll interview 3 guys here. So Roger Long-Eye, I'm more interested on his play style than anything, really. How long are you going to be? So he's offensive. Okay. So he's at least 2, maybe 3 seasons. And then what's his best skill? Probably going to be skating. Oh, no, his vision, so his passing. Interesting. Okay. Definitely interesting there. So he's guaranteed as he's 3-year ETA, so that's too bad. But that's still not bad for 50th overall pick. As far as a guy like Yaro Halischuk here goes, again, 20 years old, but strengths and weaknesses. I really just want to hear about his strengths. His shooting is his strength. Okay, so he's definitely a sniper. Let's talk about your play style. Again, he's a sniper, no question. And readiness. Is he also going to be 3 years as a 20-year-old? That's not spectacular. Yikes. Okay, so maybe not the best options here. This Ludwig guy is also the other player that I did want to kind of figure out here. So, as a 19-year-old, what are your skills? Strengths. He's got the puck on a string. He can deke. Okay, what about his play style? Oh, okay, so maybe a 2-way. Okay, so that's interesting for sure. Dwight Ludwig looks pretty decent actually for where he's at, and honestly, only a 3-year ETA on him too. I am quite intrigued. I mean, the potential's not really there, but the 3-year ETA is kind of the most interesting part about that player. Aside from that, I would be happy to get a guy like Rudolph Busch. Is it Busch or Bush? I want to say Busch. Rudolph Busch. I think it's Busch. Weakness is his hands. He's definitely not the best player, but he is elite. So that's why we are interested. A guy like Bernd Klinge, we can kind of leave up there. I'm not really worried about him. And guys, do remember, like, make a note here that Leon Draisaitl is now a UFA. So Definitely going to be interesting here what happens with him. We don't want to trade him, obviously. He's just too good for that. But we don't have a lot of other options either. We got the 32nd pick there. I want to keep a guy like Prince around just because he looks pretty good. Shit, Carter Hart's going to be expensive too. Yikes. Okay, so we do have a lot of kind of like expiring deals here. But honestly, I don't want to trade a lot of guys. I kind of am happy with how this team's looking at. Tyler Benson's a 90 rated now. Kyler Yamamoto is 91 rated. And does he still have a year left on his deal? Oh my god, he is the best deal in the NHL. Oh my gosh. Okay, what about some of these other guys? A lot of these other guys are on their last year of their deal. As you can see, Marcus Nold there as well. So maybe we go with a guy like Klinge here. Is he German? I think he is, but I honestly would be willing to trade an elite grinder for an elite two-way forward. That's just a better scenario altogether. And yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen here. So we're going to figure out who has like the 8th or the 9th pick here, make some trades, get some deals done. Nobody really wants to trade in here, so that's not spectacular. But let's see. Klinge is guaranteed to go 9th overall. He's 9 across the board. And really, it's not that worth, like, it's not worth trading up. Jaden Boss is a grinder, okay. So yeah, I think what we're going to aim for is the 8th pick here from the, let's see, 3, 4, 5. Okay, like, look at the value difference there. It's not even funny. I think we pick up the 68th plus like the 42nd. That's a little more equal. Rejected, so let's remove the 42nd. Wow. Okay. No, I want the 68th, and then I want, well, they want another piece, and I will give them Hainsey, but that's the best they're getting from me. How is this not sufficient? Oh my god. What else do I offer? Watch a team that has like the 7th pick here. Watch Pittsburgh accept this deal, though. Like, they probably will, which is the stupidest part about this. See, and they want Klinge, and they don't want Hainsey, they want Draisaitl, and that's not happening. Rupp is a lefty, same with Salvador, same with Keeping, okay. So we could trade Rupp as well. Can I grab the 79th off you guys as well? Oh my gosh, these deals. This is starting to get very annoying. Mainly just based on the fact that the trades keep canceling on me. Klinge plus Rupp plus 3, 4, 5. Exchange for the 7th and the 64th. Actually, no, not the 64th. Sorry, the 79th, and then I take that guy off your hands too, just to make the deal a little more even, maybe, say. Rejected, too far off. What about just that? There we go. Hey, see, I told you Pittsburgh was going to accept that, which is the craziest part about this. Okay, so we're going to sim to pick 7. Boss was really a bust compared to the rest of these guys, so you got to feel kind of bad for Boston, but hey, I mean, they like their grinders. They draft Lucic and guys like that. we could take a guy like Caleb Hainsey, but Rudolph Busch is a guaranteed elite. Why would we not take him? Like, medium elite potential is seriously valuable still in this game. And that's why we traded up, even if we did have to trade a different winger for Busch. I would say that, the 58 rated versus 62 is enough of a jump, plus the extra age, subtract the extra age on there. That's worth it in itself. So, pick 2. Let's try to go to, let's see, who has the 50th pick here? Let's see, so we go, pick 10 is 42. It's like pick 17 here. That should be good enough there, right there, pick 48. Okay. And yeah, as you can see, Rudolph Busch. We got a couple Rudolphs now. We got Rudolph Busch, Rudolph Schutz. Is he? Yeah, he's German as well, isn't he? I believe he is. I'd have to double check that, but yeah, we'll let him play another year for sure. Could we just trade like Hainsey maybe in exchange for that pick? Oh, that's totally worth it. And then we're gonna bring in another elite goalie. So again, makes sense. The trades work. And we are going to take this Eriksson here, Nicholas Eriksson, as an elite goalie. And he should be elite. I mean, if he isn't, then the game just totally lied to us. So yeah, 54 rated hybrid. I mean, not high rated, but it works. It works for what we're working with here. So, couple decent medium top 6 there. Like Wyman was good. Sogren was really good. All right, not a terrible draft. I've seen worse, like for sure. So we're gonna take Roger Long. I hope he's not a below top 4. And he's a good player there. I mean, he is 20 years old already, but a 65 rated offensive defenseman, you're never gonna say no to that. So very nice addition there. And LeBlond, there we just missed an elite goalie in Amante there, and Marcoux. Jeez, Amante was actually sick. 61 overall already. That's high for a goalie, especially considering we took a 54 rated goalie in the first round there. So our next pick, see, we could take Kartinen here with the 62nd, or we could go way off the. See, that's tough. That's a tough question because I do want to take this guy, Earl Del Monte. But, I'm kind of feeling Kartinen here. So let's see if he turns out. And, well, we'll have to find out at the end of the second round here. And he did not. Low top 6. Bad decision there on my part. So, I'm going to sim to pick 79. Risky business, but... oh, man, look at how good Skilly is there. A real Skilly, jeez. Just a crazy good player there for a third-round selection. Especially when you look at some of the other players that got selected in here. Not fantastic, but we're going to take Del Monte here. We could try with a guy like Delmas there, but no. Who else? Haluschuk I was interested in, especially with the 3-year ETA. That's definitely intriguing. Apparently there's a lot of so-called elite players in here. I don't know if I believe that. Earl Del Monte, 53 rated elite. So again, we could just trade these players for other picks if we have to. And honestly, let's see, that was pick 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 40. Okay, so we're going to go to New Jersey. Again, just work a low elite kind of deal or something like that. Honestly, we could even just trade that guy we just drafted in, not Long Eye, but Kartinen. We could probably just trade that straight up because he's not that good, to be completely honest. I don't want to add anything else to this pick. And obviously that's trade accepted, but is it really though when we're going to take a guy like Haluschuk and hopefully he's going to turn out? Hall was almost good, but he wasn't. And yeah, Delmas was actually one of the few good potential players in there. We're going to take Jaro Haluschuk because we've been watching him since the beginning of the year. And he's okay, see? So we improved on the overall. He's a 65 rated, low top 6, which is definitely better than what we were looking at originally. He is 20 years old already too, though. So not the most spectacular, but now we get to see what we missed. We missed Kailafito or Fito. I don't know how you say it there. That looked about right. Musil we missed as well. Ooh, Holt was a nice goalie as well. Nothing else in the 6th round. In the 5th round, low top or medium top 6 winger there is always good. Anybody else? A low elite there in Tanev going to the St. Louis Blues. And again, didn't really miss anything. 4th round. Ooh, there's a pick. Aiden Teal, Detroit. Well done. That's a very nice addition to your team. And then Godard's an enforcer. Nice. Besides that, 4th round, didn't miss all that much, really. End of the 3rd round, I'm sure we missed something. Because, yeah, oh, geez, look at all the starters there. So, yeah, I mean, Halischuk I'm happy with, but, starters are higher value players. So for this last pick here, this is our last pick of the draft at 186, I believe. We are going to go way off the board here, and we are going to take this guy in Dwight Ludwig because he's got, again, the 3-year ETA. And he proves to be probably going to be a bust. Yeah, he's a medium top 6 forward, so definitely not worth the pick for where he was at. But overall, pretty happy with the draft there. Del Monte was a nice elite pick. I would say Long-Eye there, Robert Long-Eye was probably the best addition out of that draft, especially since Bush was only 62 rated. So, yeah, I mean, not a spectacular draft, but pretty good overall still. So I figure, we're here already. We may as well get through this crazy off-season that is about to approach. We do have a lot of contracts expiring here, as in guys like Leon Draisaitl, Heiskanen, Klefbom. Yeah. This is a big contract year. And it's a little scary as well because we are going to have to pay some of these guys a lot of money. Fortunately, everyone wants to re-sign, so that makes things easier. The other thing is that Carter Hart and Stuart Skinner are both signing or both expiring here. So we're going to sim to the re-sign phase, get all our coaches, and actually none of our coaches there needed deals, just the 3 scouts here. And get them done nice and quick. But yeah, Heiskanen, that's a little scary that we have to pay all these guys this much money. And of course, coming off an NHL win, they want a crap ton of it. Draisaitl actually is at a slightly more reasonable price here. If we sign him for 3 years, ooh. Honestly, they want to sign. We're going to try the rule of 85 here, or rule of 15, whatever you call it. 85% essentially. So if he wants the 6 years, so this is until he's 35, guys. Remember this. This is until Leon Draisaitl turns 35. Oh boy. Okay. So 11.65 times 0.85. Okay, so 9.9 million is definitely underselling Draisaitl by a bit, but I think we could try 10.5, and I think he may just accept that. So we're going to try that on Draisaitl. Obviously a big price to pay still for a guy of that caliber. We only have 27 million in cap space available as well, so remember that. Only 27 million. So we are really working along a fine line right now. Guys like Klefbom, 5.5 million is a lot. Guys like, okay, see Marcus Nold we can sign. He's only 2 million. Like, we can sign all our depth players. That's not a problem, but it's guys like Klefbom and Heiskanen and then having these other guys such as Carter Hart, who does not want to re-sign, especially at that price. Shoot, okay, we might not be re-signing Carter Hart, which really hurts because, he's like Edmonton native player. He's born in or around Edmonton. I would love to have him playing still, but the other opportunity we can give here is to a guy like Curtis Bowman to get him up into the NHL finally. Let a guy like Rodrigue play the AHL alongside a guy like Prince maybe. So we're not poorly off for goaltending. I mean, 82 rated for a starter is not spectacular, but I'm really hoping that they can grow. He had 18 wins in 28 games, so he was really good in Edmonton this year. And, 37 wins, man. I don't want to get rid of him, but he's not signing. All right, so Heiskanen wants a big deal. This is till he's 32. He's not decreasing that price at all, so 11.25 million, or 0.25. So we got 11.025 times 85, it says 9.3. I don't think there's any chance he signs a $9.3 million deal, but I think there is a chance he signs a $10 million deal. I know it's $1 million cheaper than he's expecting, and that might be too much for him. Like, too much of a difference, but we don't have a ton of options at this point. Oosterley we will sign. What about Vikanainen? Yeah, 1.1 million is pretty good. Pearson, nope. Unfortunately not. We are going to be losing Joel Pearson here because we just don't have enough money. Remaining, okay, let's just go to all expiring here. So we've got Clefbaum and Knoll. They're kind of big contracts, not crazy huge. Nygaard's nice and cheap for another 2 years. Honestly, a lot of these guys are really nice and cheap. But Pearson's wants 1.5, which is too much for his value. And then when we look at goalies, obviously it's just 2 here, and we're not going to get any kind of compensation for Carter Hart, which really hurts as well. We're going to be offering $1.8 million to Stuart Skinner here because honestly, we've seen goalies that are 82 rated make it to the Cup Finals before on their own. So we're going to give Stuart Skinner that shot. Again, he's cheap, so we don't have to worry there. As far as all our defensemen go, Barch and Phaneuf are walking. They're not staying. And then these entry levels we can sign for cheap. Obviously, they cost us essentially nothing. A guy like Vikanainen played the entire season in the NHL, so 1.1 million is not a bad price for him. Joel Pearson is overly valued. And then Clefbaum wants 5.5 for the next 4 years until he's 35. I would argue that's too much, so we're going to see what the rule of 85 is. And they're saying 4.6. I'm going to offer him a $4.8 million deal for the next 3 years. I think that's a little more accurate for what we're looking for from him. As far as our right wingers go, honestly, we can sign all these guys. They're nice and cheap. They're under $1 million each, pretty much. And, why not? Why not sign guys like this? They are nice pieces in our team, and we will hold on to them. Nygaard, again, nice and cheap, $1.05 million. Sikkanen is pretty cheap, too, and Laflamme. Honestly, I'm going to let him walk. He's 21 and hasn't grown at all. And then we get to our forwards here. Our centers, really, is what it is. So, Marcus Nold, we will obviously be offering that $1.9 million. Marcus Granlund, honestly, all these guys are on good deals still. Granlund, Hebig. Gambardella, I don't know if I want to re-sign him or Sheahan. Both those guys are just getting old and aren't really key pieces. Like Granlund, unfortunately, is the captain, so we have to kind of hang on to him. Gambardella, no. Sheahan, no. But I am feeling Valentanko and Mellenby. So I will sign those low elites up, and then that should be pretty much it. If we can get Draisaitl for like the 10 million or 10.5 million or whatever it is. It's cheap for Draisaitl. Heiskanen signs the 10 million. Beautiful. Erne signs. Cassian rejects because he's not playing in the NHL. Clefbaum rejects. So he wanted a longer contract. Okay. Granlund signs. Draisaitl signs. Nice. Okay. Nygaard signs. Oosterley signs. Hebig signs. Kinner signs. Nold signs. Vaikainen signs. Sikkanen signs. Mellenby, Zajac, Valentenko. All sign. Okay. So just Clefbaum there was the one who rejected us, and that was just based off of his years remaining. So we're going to offer him 4 years at $4.8 million, which seems like a lot, but I think we'll be all right. He should sign this right here after, the scouts. Clefbaum's being a real pain in the ass right now. He is for sure. So Oscar, we love you as a defenseman. We think you're absolutely spectacular for where you're playing. But you gotta work with us here, man. We're offering you good money. You're not taking it. I don't want to offer him a $20 million contract, but we have to. So he should take that. There's no way he rejects that. Oh my gosh, Oscar. Do we let him walk? I don't want to let him walk. He's an Edmonton-grown defenseman who has really just been absolutely rock solid his entire career. And the problem is if we offer him this kind of money... Okay, 3 years, $5 million. That's like your best offer you're getting here. Everybody else signed for cheaper. And Oscar's being a pain in the ass. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't think we're going to end up having to pay more if we wait till free agency, but I'm only offering him 4 years. I'll offer him 5.1. That's the best he gets. If he asks for more, I don't think he's getting more. All right, so I'm done. I'm done with Clefbaum. We will walk him to free agency, see how he does. Same with Carter Hart. Obviously, Hart wasn't going to re-sign anyways. I don't want Bouch on there. I want our draft picks as well as, who else? Oh my god, how's Mason Nueve gone back to the CHL? Are you kidding me? He's 21. I'm going to throw Salvador on there because, again, these guys are just it's pissing me off having to try and sign all these guys and they don't come and play in the NHL and stuff like that. It's getting frustrating. Nobody wants Clefbaum for that price. And I don't think he realizes that we could go out and sign a guy like Darnell Nurse instead, who would fit better, but he really wouldn't, to be honest. Who is interested in Carter Hart? The Islanders. Ooh, interesting. He's headed to Arizona, probably. That's where McAvoy looks like he's going. Werenski going to Calgary. That's not great. Guy like Valimaki, Montreal and Columbus want him. So when we compare all of our defensive options that we have, really it kind of gets cut short. Because yes, Clefbaum is going to fit our team well. There's no question about that. But besides that, like, we could take risks on Timmins or Brodin. Again, it's just not very clear where guys fit in our team. A guy like Jakub Zboril might be a better option, but I don't want to weaken our defense too much. So I'm feeling like we could almost wait Clefbaum out here. We could say, hey, we'll offer you 4 years, $5.2 million a year. And honestly, that would be just fine with me. That would be a good deal. And if he does not sign, see, Vegas wants Timmins as well. So we can offer him the same deal there, essentially. And again, if that's a no, then I think we might have to go for a guy like Jonas Brodin, just to keep some depth in our system, really. But like 3 years, 5.2. I don't want to offer Brodin that yet because nobody else is interested. So we're going to advance a couple days here. Our progress reports right now show us as a contender, which is interesting because we are completely built. Yes, we don't have the best goaltending, but who cares? Like, this team will be just fine even without the star goaltending that we had over the last couple of seasons. We will be just fine. And see, I don't want to move anybody because all these guys are looking like, look, okay, guys, just look at how many 90 rated players we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 790 or higher rated players. It doesn't get much better than that. Like, both our top 6 forwards are both first lines, which is absurd. Virtanen's almost ready to play in the NHL. That's good to see. Vaikanainen moves down, which is interesting. Mason Nueve is just sitting happy there. Bobrovsky's actually grown pretty well too. Same with Valentanko. All right, so we're essentially just going to figure out these last couple steps in free agency. And if nobody signs, then maybe we go for, like, I don't know, what do we do? Okay, so Clefbaum signed again. Good thing. He did realize, the Oilers may just be a playoff team still. Yeah, you think? As far as tendies go, we're not going to find great options at this price, so as much as I do want to go out and sign somebody, I just don't think we need to. Like, yeah, there's really no point. An option we could have is trading for a rookie goalie, but I'm going to sim to next season. Stuart Skinner and Curtis Bowman are going to have to realize, we are both playing in the NHL this year. Let's get some training done. Like, that's what they're going to get to at this point. So, yeah, that's all we're really looking for out of this offseason. So, heading into the next season, 98% of our tickets sold. Yeah, that's pretty spectacular here. And obviously we're going to get a little fun bonus for completing all of our goals. And, well, I mean, owners' goals, I'm kind of expecting the same thing here. First in the conference, beat the Flames, more club seats, and 90% of our profit. Okay, so they want us to win. Like, obviously, that's what the profit is there. But interesting lineup setup here. Not exactly what I was expecting, but we'll work with it. As you can see, that's the same as last year. same spectacular forward group. Like, we have zero issues with this team. How many points did Benson put up, like, year to year compared? There wasn't that many different. Okay. A guy like Yamamoto really had a crazy good season, though. Like 73 to 86, a plus 13 point difference in production is, yeah, that's going to get you to that top forward line. And at 26, he's still got the potential to hit an elite rating. I'm honestly almost tempted to put Rudolph Schutz up with McDavid and Draisaitl, but no, Yamo's just too good with them there. On defense, same group as last year, except they got Samorukov up here now, so that's interesting. And then we got Wilkinson and McLeod also up here. Skinner's become a starter. Bowman is not exactly there, so we will have some struggles like this upcoming season with how he plays. Let's see, Cooper Marody. We've got two other centers in here for subs. I want to see how Wilkinson fits. He's honestly just fine and can work his way up our lineup. What about Ryan McLeod? I think he's more of just a fourth liner. Never mind, he fits the first line ridiculously well. But we're going to keep Cooper Marody there just for now. I honestly think it might not be the worst idea to keep Wilkinson down, possibly. As he is, how old is he? He's just 19. And he was a 7th overall pick as a playmaker. But man, I would prefer to have him down and not like losing ratings consistently over a guy like I'd rather have Virtanen up there sitting in the NHL as a sub alongside Ryan McLeod. And then let's see who else. I want Vaikanainen up there too. Instead of what's his name? Or you know what? Maybe we put Tiny Keeping up to the NHL. That may not be the worst option either. We are paying paying Vaikanainen to play NHL minutes, though. That's the problem, really. So, yeah. Couple roster moves have to get done here. Rodrigue, and who the hell is Corbin? Oh, we didn't sign our other goalie. That was the problem. Is that I don't know who. This guy's a UFA, unsigned goalie. Or undrafted goalie that we don't know of. So yeah, team's not in bad shape right now. I just got to do some quick roster moves, really. And yeah, let's get those done right now. So there's a couple moves we're doing here. We're going to bring like a 9 up. We're going to send Samorukov and... Oh, maybe we don't send Samorukov. Yeah, no, I think I am going to send Samorukov. We're going to Samorukov and Wilkinson down. I swear to God, if somebody picks up Samorukov, I'm going to be real mad. Okay, good. So this is how the lines should look now. Forwards are all good. Defense is a slight bit different. We're going to keep Vaikanainen in there from last season. He was good enough there last year. And I like the +3 chemistry that they get as well there. So that is the main reasons for that. And then as our scratch player, we got Ryan McLeod in the AHL. We got a couple things going on here. So first thing being that Samorukov's got to play up here. Right there. Okay. That's really good actually with the +3. So yeah, we're going to keep that as is. And then on offense, we're going to move... Colby Cave's going to move down for Zajac. Zajac's going to move for Granlund. Hebig's going to move for... Actually, let's go like that. And then Zajac's going to get subbed out for Wilkinson. All right. And there we go. Josh Wilkinson should actually shoot up like crazy now. as he did score 50 points last year, but we want to see him put up even more if possible. One of our extra attackers is going to be Wilkinson then. Alright, so we got Wilkinson and Mason Nueve playing together. That is something I like to see, as they should be able to get some things done together. As far as the draft class goes, what do we got? Ashton, is it 90 or I don't know how you say it. I think it's Schnitty, maybe? Schnitty? Interesting. Alright, so that is going to wrap up episode 20 here of this Edmonton Oilers franchise mode. If you guys are enjoying this series so far, please go down below, leave a like on the video at least, subscribe to the channel if you made it to the end, because I'm releasing daily content like this, and also feel free to leave comments. I love reading your guys' comments, just makes my day, and that's going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and see ya!